Okay, my love, what are we doing today?
What if you or your partner is jealous of the other's success?
Well, if you're jealous of your partner's success, I think you have some, self-examination to take part in. And I think you need to spend some time in the proverbial mirror. Maybe even find a counselor because there's some deep-seated insecurity that you need to be dealt with. Because why would you be jealous of your partner becoming a better person? There's a fear. Usually it's a fear. There's a fear of rejection, a fear of not being enough, a fear that they're going to outgrow you, become somebody different, and that you're no longer going to be enough to fulfill them, or there's some other deep-seated fear within you, because it's not about your partner. Individual success is something we all strive for. In theory, it's something that you want for someone you love. So it can't be about them. I suppose you could make an argument that maybe that is taking time away from you and time away from your relationship and you've lost some focus, but that's not jealousy. That's a different emotion. Maybe it can come out as jealousy, but if it's coming out as jealousy, you need to figure out what the real emotion is so you can address it properly. So either way, it goes back to some introspection. Because you got to figure out what it actually is you're jealous of. Because are you actually jealous of their success, which means you don't feel good enough about yourself, you have a lack of self-esteem, you don't feel you're accomplished enough, and you're not meeting up to your own standards, or you have a fear of rejection, that they're no longer going to fulfill their needs, you're no longer going to be enough in their eyes, and is there legitimate reason for that, or is that just another deep-seated fear within you?
Well, it always helps to talk about these feelings.
Yes, but that's the trick. People who are normally talk about these feelings don't get to the jealous spot because they know how to understand the real emotions and get dealt with before it becomes that twisted green monster of jealousy.
Well, recently, it was a couple weeks ago, I talked about my feelings, feeling a little insecure, and you going off into the world of politics and all these dazzling people who are much more interesting than I am.
Well, yes, but they're also phony, and so what the world looks like isn't usually what it is, and so you come home to the safety of realness.
Yes, and we were able to talk about that, and you were able to reassure me.
Long before it got to the point of you being jealous.
You being jealous.
Yeah. So the key is, if you're jealous, it's time for some introspection. Find out what your actual emotions are that you're dealing with, and then so you can actually deal with those properly. And that is your daily dose of love.